All right, traders, a very warm welcome. I am Devang Mehra from the Financial Analyst, and I welcome you to our YouTube channel. This is the detailed analysis for the Indian stock markets, Nifty Bank, and what can you trade for tomorrow, which is 28th December, Monday, 2020. It's currently about 9 o'clock in the evening, Indian Standard Time on Sunday. First of all, I want to apologize. I was not active the last 2 days on YouTube. It's been very cold here in Punjab, basically in the north, and I was down with a mild fever. So I'm extremely sorry about that. I'm better now. Thank you all for your messages, and I wanted to come and give you a guidelines what you can do tomorrow so you guys can be safe. Trading is all about being about safety in the market. Earning profits is not difficult, but what happens is just giving you some peace of my mind that generally everyone is profitable, but what happens is that our losses often exceed our profits. So it's a matter of human psychology that when we see something in green, so let's say you're trading Nifty and you see some profit figures on your screen, you book it too fast. And that's human psychology, that whenever we see green on the screen, we want to cut our profits. As soon as we see that profit, we want to cut it out. But when we see the loss, we keep it running. So, and the loss keeps on getting bigger and bigger. And we have that thing in our mind that it will reverse sometime. It is going to become profitable, but that doesn't happen. So it's all about safety in the market. Cut your losses, let the profits run. That's what you will learn from our channel. So let's talk about the markets now. And, I'll tell you, I'll give you a detailed analysis because that is important. First thing is that the last trading session was 24th, and this was Thursday, the weekly expiry. And after that, markets were shut for 3 days. I don't know if the European markets are opening tomorrow because it's their holiday season. I haven't checked that, but keep that point in mind also. Generally, what happens is that during this period of time, markets will become silent. Please note, I use the word generally because this year has been quite phenomenal. All of you are a witness to that. We have seen some things that we have never seen in our life in the markets. If you all are in the markets for a long time, you already know what I'm talking about. But what I want to do is I want to show you what has happened in the past, in this time period, in the last 5 years. Because what is technical analysis? It's about history, because history repeats itself. And we proved it on 21st December. We were the first people who told you to go short on the markets. We made some money. Then in the post-market analysis, we told you to go long in the markets on these days. We made some money. Now what do we do? Because it's an important point. We are coming close to a new year, and things tend to react differently. The reason why I'm saying this is because it's the holiday season in the world. Most of the offices are shut now. People are on vacations. They tend to be, but due to lockdowns, I don't know what they're doing. But generally, everyone's relaxing now, and the activity tends to reduce. So we can expect some consolidation in the next few sessions. And probably that consolidation can continue somewhere till, I would say, 5th of January. I will come to that date later. What's the significance of that date? But first, let's see what has happened in the past 4 or 5 years around this date. So first, let's look at 2019. So you can see this is the time after Christmas, 26th December to 30th December. You can see markets are becoming sideways. That is something I'm telling you. I'm telling you already. And markets became sideways after this from 24th December all the way till 23rd January. There was no movement in the markets. First year. Let's go back to the second 2018 year. Let's see what the markets have done in 2018. I'm going to make a detailed analysis because that is important, because as I said, it's about being safe in the market and not being on the wrong side unnecessarily. So on around 2018, you can see markets. The important point is markets move in a range. This is the December month, 24th. Your markets didn't do anything, were choppy. It took them 1 month to actually give some kind of a move. So you can see the amount of dojis you are seeing on the screen, amount of indecision candles indicating consolidation. So just let's see. I haven't actually seen what happened in the last 3 4 years, but it's important, so bear with me, guys. Let's have a look at 2017. I don't know, for some reason my internet is slow today, but in 2017, let's have a look at what happened in the markets. Okay, in 2017, it's the same picture. uh, 2017, this was the period, 22nd December. You can see markets have done nothing. They're consolidating, and they actually moved only after 7th or 8th of Jan. let's have a look at one more year. Let's not waste too much time, but let's look at what happened in 2015. This is 2016. Let's have a look at 2015. Let's see what happened there, and we can form a conclusion accordingly. Yeah, this is 2015. Yep, somewhere over here. So even around 2015, there was some movement. This was, but still, the main point is markets are moving in a range. They're not giving any fresh breakouts. So now keeping these points in the mind, now let's go back to our markets in 2020. That is what we are here for, to discuss what can happen in the markets on Monday. Once we've established that, let's go back to the markets now. So expecting some consolidation, that is point number one. There is no major domestic event going to happen in the next couple of days. Holiday season, the domestic events that are going to happen will start from 1st of January, which is the auto sales data, monthly data. That's the point number one, which will, move the auto stocks a little bit and have some kind of a stir in the market. But as of now, nothing is planned. So we will be following the global markets. That's the point number two. Point number three, looking at Nifty, what do we expect? Let's have a look at the data first, because that is also important. I have been supplied this data by one of our clients. I didn't have the time to make my own data, but this is a very well-defined data. I want to thank the owner of the data. So 24th of December, this is what has happened in the markets. FIIs, they have bought stock futures almost at par. They also bought index futures. They are bullish. They have sold some calls, which means they have some kind of a bearish sentiment, and they have also reduced puts. So reducing puts is bullish. All right. Obviously, if the FIIs are moderately bullish in the market, obviously clients will be bearish, because if the clients FIIs are buying, they are buying from the people, you and me. So we will be bearish, and you can see that's what happened. The clients, you and me, have reduced stock futures, so we are bearish. Index future also we have sold, so we are again bearish. And in your index calls, we have also sold. So we are somewhat bearish in the market. Puts have been a different story. So the data suggests some kind of consolidation. There is no consensus. That is point number one. Point number two shows me some kind of a flat to positive movement tomorrow in the markets, followed by some kind of a choppiness. Now, let's have a look at the technicals, because that is why all of you are here. On the technicals, Nifty is stronger. I've been saying that for a while. Nifty is much stronger as compared to Bank Nifty. If you look at the charts, this is what the structure of Nifty is like. The level of 13,780 looks quite strong to me. It was rejected earlier, and we are back again at this level. And if you all remember, I told you one thing when this crash happened. I said that, if you are going below these lows, that is where you will become aggressive on the selling side. At the same time, I told you, if you're going above these highs, you become aggressive on the buying side. So looking at the structure right now, I don't want to short the market. Please note that I am not interested right now to short the market. It's not my job to predict the tops and bottoms. It's my job to move with the momentum, because that is what's going to give me the money. And see what's happening here. We are at the resistance around 750. So I'm going to tell you exactly what can happen in the market. There are 2-3 possibilities. One possibility is markets take this resistance tomorrow and give you something like a double top. That can be expected. The reason is because we are in December, we can have some consolidation. So markets might continue to move in this range for some time. Maybe in January, we'll decide what to do, whether we want to break out or whether we want to break down. The rule is simple, because whenever markets want to go up also, they have to consolidate, and that consolidation has not been seen for a while now. What's the other possibility that can happen? The other possibility that can happen is that we break out of this level. So this level is 780, 13,780. You have to keep this level in mind for tomorrow. And I'm going to give you a rule book, what you can exactly do. On the downside, we can see some good support coming at 630. Nifty took a support earlier, to even on Thursday, and it's done it earlier. 630 looks like a very strong support. After this is followed by 580. So we can come to that level later. But let's see what we can do tomorrow. What's the plan for tomorrow? So it will be very important where the markets are opening. That is point number one. Point number two, if you are a bear in the market, let the trend bend first, then only we can sell. If you look at the current market, you are currently trading well above the 20 MA. You're taking a support repeatedly at 20 MA. So the trend yet has not been bent. I'm looking at the 15-minute charts. So please don't unnecessarily short the market if you want to short the market, first let the trend bend. Keep this point in mind because that will be important in the coming sessions. If the trend is not bending, you have to consider the trend as your friend and you keep on moving with the trend. So if the trend is bullish, you can see a good higher high, higher low formation. The trend is bullish in the market. So our rule for the markets will be continue to buy on dip. And that is what the data suggests. It's a mixed data and it is suggesting a buy on dip and a flat note. Another important point is we've had a 3-day holiday. So we don't know where the markets can open because a lot of news has come out. First important news was the Brexit deal that has come to a conclusion. And I think the voting is now to be done in Europe on 30th of December. So that is one date that we have to keep in mind. But the overall markets look good. I mean, there is no negative news that's coming in the market, not that I'm aware of. There is that coronavirus strain which has been coming from UK, but I think that's already been discounted into the market. I don't think that will have an impact. AstraZeneca vaccine is now out. I think it's going to be out this week. It's going to be approved by India this week. That's another very good thing for India and the world markets. But now what is important is where the markets open. So if, let's say, the markets want to go up tomorrow and they want to break out, it is important that the markets have to open flat. Please remember, please see this point I'm going to make very clearly, because this will really tell you what you want to do tomorrow. If the markets want to break out tomorrow, it is essential that they should open in the flattish range or a slight gap up, a 10, 15, 20 point gap up. Because in that manner, Nifty can easily break out in the very first 15-minute candle and give you a good momentum. If that happens, I would like to be a buyer in the market and I would like to go buy on Nifty. For me, Nifty looks strong. Nifty Bank looks weaker. So I will be more interested in Nifty for tomorrow. So it's important you open in this range, give a good momentum, and I will buy the market. It's also very important. I'll give you a very good, interesting point, psychological point. If the markets want to go up above, let's say they want to break out, they will do that in the very first hour or first 1.5, 2 hours. They will not consolidate for the 4, 5 hours and then break out. That is not how breakouts work. Because see, currently market is at resistance. So if the buyers are strong, they will do it right away because that's the closest you are to breaking out. They will not go down here tomorrow and then break out from there. So what would I like? I would like some kind of a consolidation here for the first 15, 30 minutes and then a breakout to happen. That is if it opens flat. Or I would like some kind of a 15-minute candle closing. That is important. Don't trade on any 15-minute candle tick. Closing price is important. Let that happen and then we can trade on the bullish side. That is if you open flat. What happens, let's say, if we are opening above this level? That's another scenario. Let's say I am opening very well above the 780 level, somewhere around 13,800. So that would mean a lot of your profits or 60-point profit has already gone overnight. So whenever you are opening gap up, obviously your structure is bullish. So I will not be shorting the market. You can do some kind of a gap filling trade that is there. But our idea would be to buy on dip. You will not look for a selling entry. If you want to be safe in the market, try to get a dip in the market and buy that dip. That is if you get a gap up. Also, if you get a good big 50, 60 point gap up, I will like to buy, but in small quantity because profits are gone overnight. That's another point to keep in mind. Now, what happens if the markets open gap down? Let's say markets for some reason decide to open here. This would mean that markets tomorrow don't want to break out. And that is something which could happen because markets are consolidating for the last 5 years in this time period. It could happen. So if the markets are opening, let's say at 680, a 50, 60 point gap down, this would mean that markets will not be looking forward to break that level. And if you get that level, sell it over there. Don't wait for a breakout, sell it over there. And let's say if you get a breakout, you could do a BTST or you could buy in small quantity, but that doesn't look very probable if markets are opening on the downside. So markets then I would believe would move in some range like that because the range has already been defined. When would I like to short the market? That's another question. I would like to short the market. I would say maybe below 600 levels, 630 levels, because below 630 levels, this could mean some kind of a double top is emerging and the trend is getting weaker or could give you a short-term retracement or a short-term sell. If you want to be safe about it, you could sell below 580. I think below 580 would be a good area to sell, but that level right now is too far. That's why I said I would look to buy the market and buy dips. So if you get the market at 630 tomorrow, you could look for some buying opportunities. There's some strategy telling you to buy here with a stop loss below this level, like you have done earlier. So that's my view on Nifty. I hope it is crystal clear. Accordingly, plan your trades. If you ask about the sectors, I'll come to that later. It is important we analyze HDFC Bank and Reliance because Nifty and Nifty Bank will be depending on HDFC and Reliance. I think there is a news already about Reliance. I think they are acquiring another company, IMG. They are being a fully 100% parent company to that. You can see on our Instagram page. So maybe Reliance will be in focus. Now, see, if you all remember, we had given you this pattern. It's a good symmetrical triangle or an inverted pennant kind of pattern. And what has happened is markets have gone down below this pattern and then they have again come down to retest. So a lot of people have been asking us, what should we do with Reliance? Is it a time to buy Reliance? I am very clear about it. If you look at the 50 moving average, this is the 200 moving average and this is the 50 moving average. Currently, Reliance is exactly at the 50 MA. It is possible Reliance takes a resistance there because not only is the 50 MA, it is also your support trend line turning into resistance. When would I like to buy Reliance? I will not buy Reliance tomorrow. I will buy Reliance for sure if this level is broken. So I've just I don't know what I've done, but if this trend line that you can see, you can plot the same. I've joined 11 November highs and 17 November highs. If you join this, you get trend line. If these levels are broken and if you get a daily closing above this, this will mean you have broken 50 MA and you have broken this trend line. Then only I'll be looking to buy Reliance. So Reliance has some kind of a double whammy to it. So I will be careful. I will be tracking Reliance because it's important where it closes tomorrow. That can decide what Nifty wants to do. Because if Reliance doesn't want to close above 2020 levels, or for example 2020 levels, if doesn't close above this level, maybe it will fall down and Nifty will consolidate because Reliance has about 12% weight in Nifty. Same is the case with HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank comparatively looks much stronger. It's been moving in a range for quite some time. And that's exactly what we like about the markets. If you are a player who wants to make consistent money, you want some consolidation. So this can also be regarded as a good flag and pole and flag pattern. What people say, tight flag. Now in this market, it's very simple. Currently, when you are in a trading range. So the rule of a trading range is very simple. You buy here, sell here, buy here, sell here. That's the rule. But I will be interested particularly when either of these ranges are broken. So this range is 1360 followed by 1450. So whichever side the range is breaking, that is where the momentum of the market is going to happen. So HDFC Bank looks stronger. Maybe this can, try to go higher, but some room is left on HDFC Bank. Now let's look at Nifty Bank. What does Nifty Bank want to tell us? This is very, very important. So Nifty Bank has been consolidating. It looks much weaker as compared to your Nifty chart. So for tomorrow, I personally will not be buying Nifty Bank. If markets give me a breakout, I'll be more interested in Nifty. Looking at the 15-minute chart, what is the breakout level of Nifty Bank? So we have closed above the 200 MA. So things are okay. As I said, it's a bull market. You are getting a good higher high, higher low formation. So I'm not looking to sell the market. The breakout level for right now would come somewhere above 30,930. So you can see that level is quite far. So I don't expect, and I will ask you not to expect a breakout in Bank Nifty tomorrow, because I personally wouldn't like Nifty Bank to go up 2% and then breaking out. I don't think that's going to happen. Even if it happens, I will not trade. It's about being disciplined in the market. The other thing is there are a couple of important levels which you can keep in your mind. The level of 30,350 is quite important. You can see multiple times it is being tested here. So if the markets want to fall down tomorrow, let's say Nifty Bank really wants to go down tomorrow, it will open towards this end of the range, because that's a very, very strong support which Nifty Bank has held in the past couple of 10-20 days. So if Nifty Bank wants to go down tomorrow, it's going to open somewhere around here and give you a breakdown, or it's going to open below this range so that it can take a resistance and then fall down. That's about Nifty Bank. At the same time, we are getting some intermediate resistance at 30,550, 600 levels. So if Nifty Bank wants to go up tomorrow, it's going to open somewhere around 30,520, 530, and then it can easily go up. and your targets would be 3,800 followed by 30,930. That's about Nifty, man. So it becomes very important where it's going to open. If it's going to open in the middle somewhere around 450 levels, you can expect some kind of a sideways market between 3,600 and 30,200. That can be a range for tomorrow. So personally looking to go on Nifty, try to do that. But I've also given you levels on Nifty Bank. For tomorrow, if you are on the bullish side, 30,000, I would say 550. If you want to be safer about it, 30,600 could be an exact level for you, because that level has been respected in the past. Above 30,600 we can buy in the market. So it will become very important that markets have to open near that range. If the markets are opening at 30,400, crossing 3,600 becomes very difficult. And even if it's crossing, it's already up 1%. So it will not make much sense to buy Nifty Bank. So that's why I'm saying go long on Nifty. But if you go long on Nifty Bank, you could go for targets of 30,800 followed by 30,930. These two levels can come. On the downside, below 30,000, 350, we have 30,200. It's been respected quite a lot of times. Below that's 30,000 levels. So these are some levels that you can keep in mind tomorrow. If you want to be stock specific in the market tomorrow, I will recommend you a couple of sectors. I think personally tomorrow pharma sector can outperform. The reason is pharma sector has given you a breakout. If you see the charts, pharma sector has given you a good breakout yesterday at 2 o'clock, 2:30 p.m. So we can expect a gap up opening on the pharma. Particularly if you see the top 4 names of pharma look very good. I have personally taken Cipla home. Our community has taken Cipla home. It looks strong. Or Aurobindo Pharma could give you a move tomorrow. So I would like to stay with pharma. As I said, it could give you a good movement tomorrow as it's a breakout on the daily chart. Also, I really like what IT sector is doing, in the sense that IT sector also has given a breakout. It gave a breakout earlier, right? It gave a breakout around 9th of December. It's retested, again went up. We've got some halt kind of a candle. So it's also possible that on IT sector, you can get a good movement and something like an inside candle breakout can happen tomorrow. So I will be focusing my energy on IT sector tomorrow and pharma sector. If anything else pops up, I'll message in the community. But it's very important, guys, that you make sure you are in are hitting that bell icon in our YouTube channel. So if you all remember, just a couple of days back, we recommended you to buy Bitcoin, and we told you to buy at 17.5. It's on our community page. You can have a look at that. And today it's made a high of 20.5 lakh. So it's about 3 lakh profit that you're giving you on Bitcoin. So these things become very important. So make sure you hit that bell icon down there. Give it a like, subscribe, and share to our channel. And mention in the comments if you like this video. I will see you tomorrow in post market analysis. Thank you so much for watching, guys.